Most families today would struggle without a refrigerator for a weekend. A century ago, storing food underground, turning grease into soap, and saving seeds was not survival, it was ordinary life. 4 lost skills ranked by impact, starting with number 4. Number 4 introduces the quiet workhorse of early household survival, the root cellar. Long before electric refrigerators, most families relied on earth-cooled chambers dug beneath their homes, tucked into hillsides, or built as standalone sheds. These cellars, lined with stone or timber, maintained a steady chill, typically between 32 and 45 degrees Fahrenheit, with humidity hovering near 90%. Potatoes, carrots, apples, and turnips were packed into wooden bins or burlap sacks, then checked weekly for sprouting or spoilage. The cellar's airlock door and adjustable vents kept the temperature and moisture just right, while regular vent inspections, advised in early home economics manuals, helped prevent mold and rot. A photograph from 1910 shows shelves stacked with winter produce, earthen walls, and a low-slung door sealing in the cold. For families in the Midwest, New England, and the South, this was the backbone of winter food security, a way to stretch a single harvest through the lean months without electricity or ice delivery. As household refrigerators became affordable in the 1930s, the root cellar faded from new construction. Yet, the principle endures. A well-built cellar offers zero energy storage, a buffer against supply disruptions, and a reminder that ordinary resilience once began underground. Coming to the top 3, mending clothing and darning once formed the backbone of household thrift. In an era when a new shirt or pair of socks represented a real expense, most families kept a basket of worn garments ready for repair. Darning meant more than a quick patch. It called for weaving thread with a needle across a hole, building a new fabric grid where the old had worn away. School seamstress classes taught the technique, and mothers passed it to daughters as a matter of course. A WPA oral history from the 1930s recalls the pride a family felt in a sock so neatly darned it looked as good as new. Clothing prices in the 1920s could swallow a week's wages, so stretching each item's life was not just practical, but necessary. The routine was simple: a darning needle, a scrap of matching thread, sometimes a backing fabric for larger tears. With the rise of ready-to-wear apparel in the mid-20th century and the spread of synthetic fabrics less suited to repair, this skill faded from daily life. Yet the logic behind it persists. Today, slow fashion advocates and repair cafes teach darning as a way to cut waste and reclaim self-reliance, a quiet echo of the ordinary wisdom that once filled every home. In second place, seed saving stands as a quiet pillar of household resilience. For generations, families gathered seeds from their own gardens, beans, peas, tomatoes, and grains, carefully drying them on screens or in shallow trays before tucking them away in labeled paper envelopes. The routine was as familiar as sweeping the porch: select the best plants, air dry the seed heads, clean away chaff, and store the seeds in a cool, dry pantry, ideally at temperatures between 50 and 60 degrees Fahrenheit. This simple practice offered more than thrift. By saving seeds, families preserved their favorite flavors, adapted crops to local soil and weather, and shielded themselves from the rising cost or uncertain supply of commercial seed packets. Seed saving was woven into the rhythm of rural and small-town life. WPA oral histories recall heirloom varieties passed from mother to daughter, each envelope a small act of food security. But as hybrid seeds swept the market in the 1950s, promising higher yields but less reliable offspring, the habit faded. New USDA regulations and seed certification standards encouraged buying fresh seed each year, and the old envelopes sat forgotten in kitchen drawers. Today, a renewed interest in heirloom crops and community seed banks signals a modest revival. For those who remember, seed saving remains a quiet act of independence, one that connects the dinner table not just to last year's harvest, but to generations past and the possibility of harvests yet to come. And finally, in first place, reusing cooking fat stands as the ultimate waste-nothing practice, one that once defined the daily rhythm of American kitchens. After every pan of bacon or roast, families would carefully strain the hot grease through a layer of cheesecloth, pouring the clear fat into a ceramic crock or a clean tin. Allowed to cool, the fat solidified into a creamy block, ready for dozens of uses: frying potatoes, making flaky pie crusts, greasing baking pans, or even crafting homemade soap and candles. In a time when every calorie mattered, nothing was wasted, not even the drippings from a Sunday roast. Depression-era pamphlets and charity cookbooks urged, "Save your grease," a call echoed in countless kitchens where the difference between a rich meal and a meager one might come down to a spoonful of stored lard. During World War II, the government organized nationwide grease drives, collecting household fat for industrial use, a testament to its value. Yet the rise of cheap vegetable oils, like Crisco, launched in 1911, and later health campaigns against animal fat began to shift habits. By the 1950s, the once routine act of rendering and saving fat faded, dismissed as old-fashioned or unhealthy. Today, chefs and home cooks are rediscovering the depth of flavor and the thrift of this lost art. What was once necessity is now a choice, but the lesson remains. Resourcefulness, practiced daily, can feed, fuel, and sustain a household in ways modern convenience rarely matches. Across all 10, one truth stands out. What was once ordinary knowledge became rare as convenience replaced self-reliance. These lost skills remind us household wisdom is quietly powerful, even now.